I never thought I'd be the type of guy who felt completely trapped by happiness. Lila had that effect on me. 3 years together and I still couldn't believe how lucky I was. She smiled at me like I was the only person in the world who mattered, and somehow, it made everything else feel right. "You're late," she said, leaning against the doorframe when I got home. Her hair fell in soft waves over one shoulder, and I swear my heart skipped every time she smiled like that. "Traffic," I mumbled, shrugging off my jacket. She laughed softly. "Oh, I bet the traffic waited just to see you." I grinned, the sound stupidly proud. "You'd notice if it didn't." She rolled her eyes, playful, and kissed my cheek. That little gesture made my whole day better. Living with Lila felt like living inside a warm memory I didn't want to end. Ethan called me later that night. "So, she's still being weird?" he asked, voice low, cautious. I frowned. "Weird how?" "You know, little lies, disappearing for hours, acting all secretive." I waved it off. "Ethan, come on. She's just busy with work and her friends. Don't start doubting her again. You've got to trust your gut, man. Something's off." I laughed, but it wasn't a real laugh. "You're paranoid." Lila's not like that. Still, the nagging feeling in my chest wouldn't go away. A text from Maya popped up on my phone the next morning. "Hey, just checking. Everything okay with Lila?" I stared at it, thumb hovering. Weird. Why would she even ask that? I typed, "Yeah, why?" No reply. I shrugged. Maybe I was reading too much into it. Lila met me for lunch as usual. "You're thinking too much," she said, biting into her sandwich. "I don't know why you let Ethan scare you with his theories." "I'm not scared," I said. "Just cautious, I guess." She laughed again and I felt my chest relax. "Cautious? That's cute." We walked through the park afterward. I held her hand without thinking. People smiled at us, strangers glancing at the couple who seemed too happy, too perfect. I used to think that looked cliché, but with Lila, it felt real. Then she stopped, pulling me close. "I have something to tell you." My stomach flipped. "What is it?" Her eyes sparkled, but there was something strange beneath it. I'm pregnant." Time froze. "What?" I whispered, laughing nervously. "You're joking." "No," she said, biting her lip. "I'm serious. We're going to be parents." I could barely process it. My mind raced with every possible emotion. Joy, fear, disbelief, excitement. "Are you okay?" "Yes," she said softly, resting her head on my chest. I wanted you to hear it from me first." I hugged her so tight I thought I'd crush her. "We're having a baby?" I repeated, voice trembling. My heart pounded with a mix of exhilaration and terror. "You and me," she whispered. "Forever. But it's scary, right?" I nodded, though my brain scrambled to catch up. "Yeah, scary. Amazing. Everything." Later, Ethan called again. "Dude, are you serious?" I think so," I stammered. "Lila said she's pregnant." "Man, that's huge. Are you ready?" I don't know. I think I am. I think I have to be." I hung up and looked at Lila, and she smiled at me like I was the only person who ever mattered. I wanted to believe her. I had to. I needed to. Even if a tiny voice in my head whispered that something wasn't right. The first week after Lila told me she was pregnant felt surreal. I woke up every morning half expecting it to be a dream. But she was there, smiling, rubbing my arm and talking about names. "Leo or Liam?" she asked, swirling her coffee. "I don't know," I said. "Both sound good. Really good." She laughed, the sound like it always did, warm, infectious. "I just want you to be happy, you know?" "I am," I said, hugging her close. "I really am." But small things started creeping in. She missed calls from me more than once, saying she was busy with appointments. And sometimes when I asked about them, she'd snap. "Why are you checking my schedule?" she asked one evening, tone sharp. "I'm not, just curious," I muttered, feeling my chest tighten. "You sound paranoid," she said, rolling her eyes, but there was something in her expression that made me pause. I confided in Ethan that night. "Man, something's off." "Off how?" he asked. His voice was quiet, but I could hear the tension. "She's been weird. Missed calls, snapping at me over nothing. And I can't shake this feeling that she's hiding something." Ethan sighed. "I told you. You've got to trust your gut. I hate feeling like I'm telling you what to do, but don't ignore it." "I'm not ignoring it," I said, though in my heart I knew I was. I wanted to believe Lila. I had to. A few days later, we went to the doctor for the first checkup. I held her hand the entire time, smiling at every word the doctor said. "Everything looks good," the doctor said. Heart rate is strong. That's great, I whispered, relief washing over me. Really great. She squeezed my hand, but her smile didn't reach her eyes for long. Later, I noticed her phone buzz constantly, messages she hid from me with a quick flick. I wanted to ask, but she was so quick to change the subject. Look at this, she said, waving a picture of baby clothes. Cute, right? Yeah, I said, my stomach twisting. Really cute. Then a notification popped up. Maya, one of Lila's friends, commented on Lila's post. Big changes coming, are you sure you're ready? I frowned. I clicked on Maya's profile, scrolling through vague posts teasing hints. Nothing concrete, but enough to make me uneasy. Why is everyone acting so cryptic? I muttered to Lila later. What do you mean? She asked, feigning innocence. On social media, your friends, your posts. Something's weird. People just talk, she said lightly, brushing it off. Don't make things complicated. But complications were exactly what I felt. My mind raced with possibilities I didn't want to consider. I called Ethan that night. Okay, I might be overthinking, but her friends, her posts, it's all weird. I told you, he said firm. You're sensing it for a reason. Just watch, observe. Don't confront yet, but don't ignore it either. Yeah, I said, rubbing my forehead. I will. I don't want to believe she'd lie about this. You never do, Ethan said. That's the trap. You want to believe the best. But trust me, keep your eyes open. I hung up, staring at the ceiling, heart pounding. Lila was asleep beside me, chest rising and falling, so peaceful, so unsuspecting. I should have felt calm, but I didn't. Something inside me screamed, a low, insistent voice. She's hiding something. Something huge. I didn't want to believe it, but I couldn't ignore it anymore. I thought I was imagining things at first. Maybe it was just stress or the fear of becoming a dad. But the inconsistencies kept piling up. Dates she mentioned didn't match appointments. Ultrasound images looked oddly similar to stock photos I'd seen online. My stomach twisted every time I noticed something off. Lila, I said one evening, trying to sound casual, you said the doctor's visit was on Thursday, right? Yes, she said, scrolling through her phone. Thursday morning. But last week you said it was Tuesday, I said slowly, watching her reaction. She froze for a fraction of a second, then forced a laugh. Tuesday? Oh, I must have been confused. You know how busy I've been. I nodded, heart sinking. Right, busy. Are you doubting me? She asked, tilting her head. Her voice was soft, almost hurt. No. I stopped, realizing how it sounded. I just want to keep track, that's all. You're paranoid, she said, standing up and pacing. I can't believe you'd think I'd lie to you. After everything? I'm not saying you're lying, I protested, but my voice trembled. Things aren't adding up. Maybe you're imagining things, she snapped, then softened. I just don't want you doubting me, okay? I swallowed hard. Her manipulations were subtle, but I could feel the cracks in my trust widening. Later, I found myself staring at my phone, scrolling through her posts, her messages, and everything I'd ignored before. Something inside me said I couldn't do this blind anymore. I called Ethan. Man, it's worse than I thought. Dates, photos. I don't know what's real. You're right to worry, he said. You've got to find out for sure. Don't let her manipulate you. I can't just confront her again without proof, I muttered. I'll sound crazy. That's why you need someone professional, Ethan said. Someone who can dig without bias. I hesitated, then made the call. Claire? I need your help. Private, discreet, and thorough. Of course, Claire's calm voice said. Give me the details and I'll handle it. No judgment, no leaks. Just facts. Her confidence was reassuring. For the first time in days, I felt a spark of control. The next morning, Lila was cheerful, talking about baby names like nothing had happened. So, I was thinking, she said, if it's a boy, maybe Liam? If it's a girl, Ella? I like them, I said, but my voice lacked conviction. Are you okay? She asked, concern dripping from every word. I'm fine, I said quickly. Just tired. She smiled, resting her hand on my arm. You worry too much sometimes. You need to relax. Everything's fine. I forced a smile. Yeah, fine. But inside, the doubts gnawed at me. I noticed how she avoided my gaze when I asked simple questions. Her phone buzzed constantly, and she always seemed eager to change topics. One night, I tried again. Lila, I just want the truth. Are you really pregnant? Her eyes narrowed slightly. Why would you even ask that? You've been so paranoid lately. It's exhausting. I'm not trying to be paranoid, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. I just need honesty. Please. She shook her head, sighing. I've told you everything. I don't know what else you want from me. Her words hit me like a brick wall. She made me feel guilty for even questioning her. Every fiber of my being wanted to believe her, but the evidence was mounting. Later I called Claire again. Start with her appointments, the ultrasounds, check everything. I need the truth no matter what it costs. I understand, Claire said calmly. I'll get the answers you need. I hung up and stared at the ceiling, chest heavy. Lila was in the kitchen, humming softly, completely unaware of the storm brewing inside me. For the first time, I realized I couldn't rely on feelings alone. Trust had cracks now and I needed proof. The man I was yesterday, the naive, loving guy, was slipping away. And the man I was becoming, the one who would uncover the truth no matter how ugly, had just started to take over. The phone rang just as I was about to lie down. Claire's voice came through, calm but firm. I have the results. What is it? My heart was already hammering. Lila's pregnancy is fake. None of the appointments you were shown were hers. Ultrasounds were doctored, dates falsified. I've got everything documented. I froze. My chest tightened, stomach twisting. She lied. Yes, every bit. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. The line went dead and I sank onto the couch. I couldn't breathe. My mind scrambled, images of her smiling, rubbing my arm, talking about names, they all twisted into lies. Everything we built felt like a lie. Lila came in a few minutes later, humming softly. You okay? She asked, peering at me. I stood abruptly, voice shaking. What the hell, Lila? Is it true? Was it all fake? Her eyes widened, but only for a moment. Then she laughed, a short, sharp sound. Wow, you really think I would lie to you? After everything? I have proof, I said, holding my phone like a shield. Claire gave me everything. The ultrasounds, the appointments, it's all fake. You faked a pregnancy to trap me. She stepped closer, voice low, almost seductive. Trap you? Really? That's harsh. I told you from the start, I wanted us to be together. How is that a trap? You lied. You manipulated me. I shouted, pacing the living room. My hands shook. I loved you. I trusted you. Loved me? She echoed, tilting her head. Or loved the idea of me. Maybe you loved what you thought I was. You've always wanted a perfect story, and now you're upset that reality isn't perfect. My jaw tightened. Reality? You stole 3 years of my life. You think I care? She said, voice cold now, her charm gone. I wanted what I wanted. You made it easy to take. And now, look at you. Heartbroken. Pathetic. And yet, you're still clinging to me. I felt a surge of rage, but also a strange clarity. Every instinct to forgive, to believe her, vanished. You're cruel, I said quietly. And manipulative. I don't know how I didn't see it sooner. She smirked. Maybe you wanted to be blind. Makes it easier for me, doesn't it? I clenched my fist. My mind spun with 1,000 plans, 1,000 ways to make her understand the pain she caused. I'm done being blind, I said. This isn't over, Lila. Not by a long shot. Oh, it's over, darling, she said, tilting her head. It's over for you, for us, for whatever fantasy you were living in. You're the one falling apart. Me. I'm just fine. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to hit her, but I didn't. That wasn't me anymore. Not the naive trusting me. I needed control. I needed strategy. I needed revenge. Slow, careful, devastating revenge. You think this is over? I asked, voice low and steady. No. You've made mistakes you can't undo. I'll make sure everyone sees the truth. The whole truth. Her smile faltered slightly, but only for a second. Then she recovered, leaning in close. Do it. Show the world. Maybe they'll laugh at you too. Maybe they'll pity you. Either way, you can't hurt me. You never could. I pulled back, shaking with fury and disbelief. Watch me, I whispered. She tilted her head, watching me, eyes sharp. I'm curious how far you'll go. Just don't forget, you brought this on yourself. You didn't trust me, didn't see me. And now you're weak. I'm strong. Always was. Her words stung, but they also lit a fire inside me. Wait, no longer. Strong? That would be me. I would rise from this betrayal, smarter, sharper, unstoppable. And when the world saw her for what she truly was, she would understand the pain she caused. I sank onto the couch, breathing heavily. My chest ached, my head throbbed, but the numbness was lifting. I wasn't crying anymore. I wasn't pleading anymore. I was planning. calculating. Every detail, every step, every consequence, I would orchestrate it perfectly. Lila watched me, smug as if she knew she had won. But she didn't. Not yet. Not even close. I whispered to myself, "This isn't over, Lila. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot." And for the first time I didn't feel fear. I felt purpose. I didn't rush revenge. That surprised even me. Instead, I sat across from Ethan at his kitchen table, phone between us, proof stacked neatly in folders. "You're sure about this?" Ethan asked. "Once it's out, there's no taking it back." "I know," I said. My voice didn't shake. "That's why I'm doing it right." He scrolled through the files. Ultrasounds, messages, appointment records. Damn. "She thought I wouldn't check," I said. "She thought love made me stupid." Ethan looked up. "It didn't. It just made you human." "I don't want sympathy," I said. "I want the truth visible. Everywhere." "So what's the plan?" he asked. I leaned back. "We start where she lives. Social media. Her image. Her lies only work if people believe them." Ethan hesitated. "Public exposure can get ugly." "She made it public when she posted baby updates," I said. "I'm just finishing the story." We started listing platforms. Instagram, TikTok, her live stream channel. Places where she smiled and talked about our future. "She's careful," Ethan said. "Deletes comments fast." "Not screenshots," I replied. "Not save videos." He nodded slowly. "You've changed." "I had to," I said. "The old me would have begged." We reached out to people quietly. Friends she trusted. People who'd heard different versions of her story. Maya replied first. "I knew something was off," she said on the call. "She told me 3 different dates." "Would you say that publicly?" I asked. There was a pause. "If it stops her from doing this again, yes." Another friend messaged me later. She asked me to pose for photos at a clinic. I thought it was weird. "Would you confirm that?" I asked. "Yeah," she said. "I'm tired of lying for her." Each message felt like a crack spreading through glass. That night, Lila posted a smiling photo. "Feeling blessed," the caption read. I showed Ethan. "See? She thinks she's untouchable." "She doesn't see the fall yet," he said. I drafted the post slowly. No insults. No rage. Just facts. Screenshots. Dates. Comparisons. Calm words. "You're really going to tag her?" Ethan asked. "Yes," I said. "No hiding." "What if she cries online?" "Then people will see who's real," I said. "And who's acting." I paused before posting. My thumb hovered. My chest tightened. "You okay?" Ethan asked. "I loved her," I said quietly. "Part of me still hates doing this." "That part is proof you're not cruel," he said. "I don't want revenge," I said. "I want balance." He nodded. "Then make it clean." I scheduled the post. Not immediate. Time. Calculated. When her audience was active. When she couldn't control it fast enough. Messages started flooding in already. Questions. Confusion. Doubt. Lila texted me. "Why are people asking me things?" I replied, "Truth has a way of spreading." She called. I didn't answer. Another text. "You're going to regret this." I smiled for the first time in days. Ethan watched me carefully. "You're calm." "I'm focused," I said. "Anger is loud. Precision is quiet." We finalized everything. Videos queued. Statements saved. Witness messages ready. "You sure?" Ethan asked one last time. "Yes," I said. She took control from me once. Never again. I shut my laptop and exhaled. The trap she built for me was collapsing. And she didn't even hear it yet. I stared at the screen for a long moment, thumb hovering over the post button. My chest thudded like it wanted out. "Are you really doing this?" Ethan asked, leaning over my shoulder. "Yes," I said, voice calm, but inside I felt a storm. "It's time people see the truth." Ethan nodded slowly. "Then let's do it right. Screenshots, dates, messages. Everything clear." I clicked upload. Immediately, chaos erupted. Notifications pinged non-stop. Comments flooded in. "Wait, she lied. This is insane. I can't believe it." My phone buzzed with DMs, friends tagging me. Ethan's eyes widened. "It's blowing up fast." "I know," I muttered. My stomach twisted. Satisfaction mixed with guilt. Part of me felt justified. Another part, uneasy. Then my phone rang. Lila. I ignored it. A notification popped up. Maya had commented, "Finally the truth. I tried to warn everyone." Another, "I knew something was off. She manipulated us all." Messages from people she knew personally poured in. Friends questioning her, confronting her in comments. People she trusted were now witnesses, spilling what they knew. My heart raced. Part of me wanted to watch her crumble in real time. Part of me still felt hollow. This was vindication, yes, but it was messy and sharp. Ethan leaned closer. "She's seeing it, isn't she?" "She is," I said, trying to sound steady. "And she doesn't know how to fix it." Sure enough, her posts started flooding in. First, a smiling selfie with a caption, "People believe what they want." Sad. Then a live video. I watched it, heart hammering. She laughed, but it sounded forced. "Why is everyone questioning me? This is ridiculous." Comments exploded. "Screenshots don't lie. You faked your pregnancy, stop gaslighting. We trusted you." Her face went pale, but she tried to maintain control. She deleted posts. She blocked people. But the screenshots were already circulating faster than she could manage. "Man, she's panicking," Ethan said. "I see that," I muttered, a cold satisfaction settling in. She always thought she controlled everything. Now she can't. Her phone buzzed nonstop. DMs, messages, emails. She was desperate, typing responses, deleting them, trying to calm the storm. I leaned back, letting it happen. Watching. Learning the exact feeling of powerlessness she had inflicted on me. Then a notification. A news page picked it up. "Influencer fakes pregnancy, fans react." The post went viral. Comments, shares, reactions, it was spreading like wildfire. I texted Ethan. "This is it. She's losing control." He replied, "Yeah, she's finally facing reality." My phone buzzed again. Lila. Another call. I let it ring. She messaged, "You monster. Stop this." I typed back carefully, "It's not a game. This is the truth." Her replies came faster, panicked. "Please delete it." "I'll explain. People will hate you too." I didn't respond. I watched the notifications roll in. Each comment, each share, was a piece of her empire falling apart. "Crazy," Ethan said quietly. "People are actually questioning her now." "Yes," I said. "And she has no idea how to fix it. She can't gaslight her way out of this." Then I noticed a live video from one of her friends, confirming details we'd gathered. She asked me to lie about the appointments. I didn't want to, but... My chest tightened. Vindication. Guilt. Satisfaction. All at once. Watching someone who once seemed untouchable crumble in front of the world, it was a lesson in power, trust, and consequences. I kept my phone close, heart racing. Every post, every comment, every reaction was a reminder of what she had done. And now the power shifted. Not to me exactly, but to reality. Truth. Karma. Lila's public persona, once polished and untouchable, was gone. Arrogance turned desperation. Smiles turned into panic. Control turned into chaos. Ethan watched silently. "You did this clean," he said. "No insults, no lies. Just facts." "Facts are enough," I said quietly. She built her lies on people believing her. Now, they won't. I leaned back, exhausted, adrenaline fading. My chest still ached. I didn't feel the joy I imagined. But I felt something else, closure. She could scream, deny, manipulate. The world had already seen the truth. And for once, I wasn't powerless. I watched the notifications roll in, my chest tight with a mix of satisfaction and unease. Lila's life was unraveling faster than I could have imagined. Friends I once thought were loyal abandoned her online, leaving blunt comments or just quietly unfollowing her. "She's losing everyone," Ethan said, leaning back on the couch. "People aren't buying her side anymore." "I know," I said quietly, staring at the screen. "And yet, it doesn't feel like a win. Not completely." "You're feeling hollow?" he said. "That's normal. Revenge never fills the emptiness. Just don't get lost in it." I scrolled through Lila's feed. Job offers she boasted about were being questioned. Clients were pulling out. Even minor acquaintances posted cryptic warnings about trust and honesty. "She built a persona," I murmured, "and it's crumbling before her eyes." Her DMs started coming in faster, desperation clear in every word. "Please, I'll fix this. You don't understand, it's complicated. I need you to stop." I sighed. She doesn't get it. Control is gone. Ethan glanced at me. "Are you going to respond?" "No," I said. "She's the one who wanted power. Now she has none." Yet, despite my cold logic, a part of me felt uneasy. A hollow pit opened inside. Watching someone who once felt untouchable crumble, it's not as satisfying as I imagined. Complicated. She's human, Ethan said. Even if she hurt you, she's still human. I know, I admitted. I just hate what she did. But seeing her like this, I feel guilty too. She asked for this, he said firmly. But don't let it make you lose yourself. That's the trap she set. I nodded, rubbing my forehead. Yeah, I'm trying. It's just hard to separate justice from cruelty. Another message popped up, one of her former friends. I'm so sorry for enabling this. She manipulated all of us. I stared at it, reading every word. It wasn't revenge anymore. It was exposure. The truth had weight beyond satisfaction. People were seeing reality, not just me vindicating myself. Lila posted a shaky video, tears streaking her makeup. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I thought I was protecting us. Please, understand. My stomach twisted. I had once loved that face, trusted that smile. Now it was desperation incarnate. Vulnerable. Human. And for a second I felt empathy clash with anger. She's scared, Ethan whispered. And maybe she should be. I closed my eyes, leaning back. Part of me wants to rub it in. Show her what she lost. But another part feels empty. Like none of this really heals me. That's because it doesn't, Ethan said. You can't take her pain and replace your own. The lesson is in the experience, in how you respond next. I opened my eyes. He was right. The thrill of exposure fades fast. What remains is reflection. Morality. Growth. I realized I had changed in ways I didn't expect. More careful, more aware, stronger, but not entirely unscathed. I never thought revenge would feel like this, I said quietly. I expected satisfaction, victory. Not this mess of emotions. Emotions make you human, Ethan said. Don't bury them. Learn from them. I nodded. I will. But I need distance. Space from her, from this chaos, to understand who I am now. And who I want to be. I looked at Lila's videos again. Her vulnerability hit me differently now. Not fear, not anger, but sorrow. For herself, for everyone around her, for the life we could have had that never existed. Do you think she'll ever recover? I asked. Ethan shrugged. Maybe. Maybe not. That's not your concern. Yours is moving forward without losing yourself in the process. I swallowed hard. I wish I hadn't been so blind for so long. But maybe I needed this lesson to wake up. Ethan put a hand on my shoulder. You're awake now. That's what matters. I stared at the screen one last time. Comments, shares, reactions, proof that truth carries weight. And I understood that my victory wasn't in her collapse. It was in realizing my own strength, my own resilience. Lila's world had fallen apart. Mine was still being rebuilt. Slowly, carefully. And for the first time I felt like I could breathe. It was quiet the next morning. Too quiet. Lila's chaos had faded from my feed, replaced by silence. My phone buzzed with notifications, but none were hers. None of her lies, none of her panic, none of her manipulations. Ethan came by, coffee in hand. How's it feel? He asked, voice gentle. I took a slow sip, letting the warmth settle. Empty, I admitted. Not the empty I expected. I thought I'd feel relief, maybe even joy. But it's quieter, calmer. Hollow, but in a different way. That's growth, he said. You're alive, you're aware, and you're not broken. That's better than relief. I nodded. I guess. I just keep thinking about everything. Trust, lies, love. I was blind. You've learned, Ethan said. That counts. I laughed softly. It's strange, isn't it? How betrayal can teach you more about yourself than love ever could. It is, he agreed. But you've survived. That's proof you're stronger than you realize. I looked out the window at the city, waking up, people walking, cars moving. Life continued, indifferent to personal dramas, unforgiving yet fair in its way. I realized I needed to do the same, move forward step by step. I started small. A jog through the park, coffee at the cafe I used to take Lila to, but now alone. I noticed details I never did before. The way sunlight hit the benches, how the barista remembered my order without prompting, the laughter of strangers. Little things, ordinary things, that reminded me the world wasn't completely ruined. One day, Ethan leaned against the counter at my apartment. You're different, he said. I can see it in how you move, how you speak. Different, I repeated. I don't want to trust blindly anymore. I need to be cautious, aware, but not closed off. That's balance, he said. You can protect yourself without shutting everyone out. I smiled faintly. I hope so. I never want to feel that betrayal again. But I also don't want fear to dictate my life. It took time. Friends noticed, commented, subtly asking how I was coping. Some were curious, some cautious, all aware of what had happened. I spoke honestly, no dramatics, no oversharing. The truth was enough. One afternoon, I ran into someone at the bookstore. A kind smile, eyes that lingered just a second longer than expected. We talked, laughed, shared small stories. It was nothing serious, but it reminded me that life had more to offer than revenge or heartbreak. That even after being shattered, there's room for connection, for cautious hope. Ethan texted me later, "Saw you smiling today. Good for you." I replied, "Feels strange. Feels right though." At night, I sometimes thought about Lila. Not with anger, not with longing, but with clarity. She had done what she did, faced the consequences, and I had survived. That chapter was closed. I started journaling, reflecting on each experience. Betrayal, exposure, revenge, consequences, and finally, self-realization. Writing helped me see the lessons. Vigilance, emotional resilience, and the importance of truth. One evening, I looked at my reflection in the mirror. The man staring back wasn't naive anymore. Not weak. Not broken. There were scars, yes. Emotional marks that would never fully disappear, but also strength. A quiet confidence that I could navigate the world with my eyes open, my heart guarded but willing to care again. I met Ethan for dinner one night. "You've come a long way," he said, raising his glass. "To moving forward," I said, clinking it lightly against his. "To living honestly," he added. I laughed, the sound light but true. "Honestly," I said, "I never thought I'd get here. But I have. And that matters more than I realized." As I walked home that night, the city lights reflected off the wet streets, glimmering like hope in small fragments. I breathed in the night air, letting it fill me with possibility. The past still lingered, but it no longer ruled me. Maybe one day someone new would enter my life. Maybe love would feel safe again. Maybe I'd let myself trust cautiously, fully aware of the risks, fully aware of the strength I now carried. For now, I had me. I had clarity. I had freedom. And that, I realized, was more powerful than any revenge, any heartbreak, any lie could ever be. The scars remained, yes, but they didn't define me. I defined me. And finally, for the first time in years, I felt whole.